Hi, my name is Shreya Seek, and this is my community service project of knitting newborn hats to send to Papua New Guinea. A group of people joined me to knit 150 newborn hats to spread awareness of the risks of hypothermia and how to prevent such from occurring. These are some of my costs. I just had to buy knitting looms and yarn. So the who, what, and where. This project targets newborns specifically in developing countries. A group of people who are willing to knit hats for newborns to prevent the likelihood of hypothermia at birth and postpartally, collectively making 150 newborn hats. This project took place individually wherever knitting occurs, but the final project was sent to Papua New Guinea. The when, how, and why. I was able to complete this project within this semester. During the first month, I connected with people to help complete this project with me, as well as finding a hospital and birth center in Papua New Guinea through a friend that I have there currently. From there, I made at least 3 hats per week, contacted my supporters, and updated each other on our progress. I reached out and contacted those in my community and surrounding community to help contribute by making donations for postage or by actively knitting newborn hats, whether it be one or multiples. I also created a GoFundMe account to raise funds for the postage. Through this, others could easily get involved and support us in other ways like prayer. I chose this project because even though there isn't as much of a need for it in the United States per se, there is a huge need for ways to prevent newborn hypothermia in developing countries. Hearing stories and being in developing South Pacific Islands for a couple months doing medical missions, I realized that there is a huge need for maternal and newborn health education. Many people in those areas do not have what we would call basic knowledge about maternal and newborn health. One way I could help educate and add to the cure is by knitting newborn hats to prevent the risk of newborn hypothermia, as newborns have a hard time regulating body temperature. By incorporating others in my community to help with this project, I am able to educate them and bring awareness to the need in developing countries. The reason for this project is in some countries resources are low. I have a friend living in Papua New Guinea currently who mentioned that she was at a birth recently where the baby was having a hard time coming around and maintaining body temperature, even with skin to skin with mom. In that moment, she wished that she had had hats around for the use of this specific situation. So for the process, I reached out to the contact I have in Papua New Guinea, created newborn hats with others, created a GoFundMe account for the postage. We were able to reach our goal of 150 and then sent them off to Papua New Guinea. There was a couple problems that we encountered along the way in this journey. For one, I had a hard time getting in contact with the hospital personnel staff in Papua New Guinea. To resolve this, we got back in contact with our original Papua New Guinea contact to come up with a new plan of action for shipping. The second was we also had trouble finding the right size for the knitting newborn hats. So once we made a few and worked out the kinks, we found the right measurements. The last one was the shipping costs increased tremendously from when I started this project, so we gained more support and I put posters around town to gain involvement. How this project benefits the community. For newborns, it helps newborns warm as they learn to regulate their temperatures. For the community, it brings awareness to my local community who is helping me with this project as they become more educated on the newborn body and temperature, as well as the community in Papua New Guinea. So some special thanks. I'd like to thank my friends and family members who were able to support me and help me with this project of making 150 newborn hats, whether it be through donated handmade hats, yarn, donations toward the shipping costs, anything. Thank you all for insightful conversations, encouragement along the way. And to end off, here are just some of my references. Thank you for listening.